So good morning everyone. So in our fifth unit, last two topics by changing the rotor circuit parameters method, by changing the rotor circuit parameters by injecting the voltage. These two methods are pending. These two methods are the speed control of induction motor from rotor side. So from rotor side, by changing the rotor circuit parameters, by changing the rotor circuit parameters, This method is applicable for only to slip ring induction motor. Only to slip ring induction motor. So not to the squirrel cage motors. Because rotor circuit resistance cannot be varied. In squirrel cage rotors, rotor circuit resistance cannot be varied. By injecting the rotor circuit resistance, the slip increases, hence speed decreases. By injecting the rotor resistance, injecting means adding the external resistance. The slip increases, and hence speed decreases. What is the rotor copper loss? PC equal to SP2. Slip S equal to what? PC by P2. So rotor copper loss divided by rotor input. Addition of resistance in the rotor circuit increases. The rotor copper losses increases. The rotor copper losses with reduced efficiency. That means if you increases the rotor resistance to the injection of the rotor copper loss is increases because of resistance value increase with reduce the efficiency. Therefore, this method should be used only when speed control required for a short period. Speed control is required for a short period. Also, this method gives poor speed regulation. The variation of the speed with variation of loads becomes higher. The variation of the speed for becomes lower speed is higher. So this is have to be considered the speed, the torque. If we have the resistance is like that. The resistance is like that. This is R2. This is R2. This is R2. This one is full load torque. This one is full load torque. This is half load torque. The speed has to be changed by adding the resistance extra resistance. This is the condition. This is the condition. This is the full load. This is the half load. This is the torque slip characteristics. Torque speed characteristics. This is about rotor circuit resistance method. Next, by injecting the voltage to the rotor circuit method. By injecting voltage into the rotor circuit. By inject the voltage into the rotor circuit. The speed of the induction motor can be controlled. Come on. The speed of the induction motor can be controlled by injecting a voltage of slip frequency into the rotor circuit. That is across the slip rings. If injected voltage is in phase with the rotor's induced EMF, the rotor induced EMF is equivalent to decreasing the rotor resistance. If the rotor resistance is decreased, the slip decreases, speed increases. The slip decreases, the speed will be increases. If the injected voltage is in phase with the opposition to the rotor induced EMF, if the injected voltage in phase opposition to the rotor induced EMF, so that is equivalent to increasing the resistance, if the resistance increases, slip increases, the speed will be decreased. So a large and smooth variation of the speed is possible by this method. A large and smooth variation of speed is possible by this method. However, it requires an auxiliary machine. However, is required an auxiliary machine to inject a cable of injecting the correct slip frequency voltage to the rotor circuit. Required an auxiliary machine. Cable of injecting the correct slip frequency voltage into the rotor circuit. The rotor circuit. This is costlier and used with motors for large rating. The cost is very high and used for large machines. So in this method, that's like that when if you have to inject the voltage to the rotor circuit, if that injected voltage in phase with the rotor induced EMF, so in that case the resistance value decreases. If the resistance is decreases, the slip value decreases, the speed will be increased. In case the injected voltage is opposition to the rotor induced EMF, in that case resistance value is increased. If the resistance value increases, the slip increases, the speed will be decreases. So for this a smooth control is possible and it is used for large ratings. And also in this method we have to require an auxiliary machine that inject the voltage to the correct slip frequency to the rotor circuit. So up to now we have theory part is completed. So problems for torque equations of starters is pending. So if you have any doubts, please respond.